Howdy yo! Today is the fourth and final video on the gossip. Well, at least from Wild World. We still got the gossip in City Folk and the gossip in New Leaf, which I've collected about half of the New Leaf stuff. However, who knows when I'm gonna get around to making videos about those tasty bits of gossip. And as I said, this is the fourth part. Technically, you could start here and then work your way back, but there's kind of payoff from some of the earlier episodes we watched in these episodes, so it's probably best if you start from the beginning. I'll go ahead and give you a way out right there so you can start at the beginning. And if you're over here like, what the heck are you even reacting to? Where are these clips coming from? I have a whole video explaining that. Put it right there too. And these videos are long, so probably something you just want to put on in the background while you do something else. I do read everything to you. You won't miss anything if your eyes aren't glued to the screen. Okay? Okay. For this video, we'll be reacting to Blathers going on a journey of self-exploration. And then we have a nice tidbit about the Able sisters talking about Nook's clothing, which is actually pretty interesting. And then the next set of episodes is Nook talking about his own clothing, which is interesting. A little less interesting than the Able sisters, but still interesting. We have an episode of Pelly and Phyllis going on about Phyllis's stress problems from what we discussed last time, and they get into their own frictionless relationship a little bit there. And finally, we're finishing off this whole project, reacting to all the episodes, with another journey of self-exploration from Blathers, and this one is actually pretty funny and probably one of my favorite sets from Blathers. So, I hope you enjoy. I can't fathom why I'm telling you this, but I really envy your youth, Shroomy. Yes, who? What's wrong? Well, when I was a nestling youth, it was my dream to become an archaeologist. I wished to travel the world in search of fossils that no one had ever glimpsed to, especially dinosaur fossils. To me, they were the ultimate find. What's that? I should be content looking at the fossils here, you say? Oh, well, Shroomy, you see, to a true fossil connoisseur, the joy of fossil hunting lies more in the search than in the find, eh, what? Then why were there no fossils here when I came? Well, good luck. I say, hooty-hoo, Shroomy. I dare say I should take your comment just now as a challenge, won't? Yes, who indeed. Done without further delay. Starting today and every day forthwith, I shall find the time to do some field work of my own. Sound the trumpets, who? You shall just have to wait and see what I can find, Shroomy. X for doubt. What's wrong? Remind me, Shroomy, the other day, did I declare to you that I would find time in my schedule to start my fossil hunting field work again with much bluster and fanfare? Such grandiose vows. What came over me? This bird brain is addled. When I actually got out there and began digging, I remember how heavy a shovel is. Digging is quite exhausting. Oh, little white collar sitting in his museum all day. Yeah, that would be rough. And this goes back to what Dominic said about bragging about what he was gonna do. You're only gonna disappoint yourself. Get started. When people start noticing the results, that's when you start bragging. You should have been like, oh yeah, maybe I'll consider it, and then like started trying, and then if he wasn't successful, never mention it again, and if he was successful, be like, look, I just found a T-Rex. 'Twas a sad reminder that I'm simply not made for manual labor, who, yes, indeed. I shall never forget that bit of personal insight again. Oh, what's wrong? Oh, well, it's my fossil hunting, actually. Every day I'm out there, savaged by how hard the physical trials are. Well, what's hard? Well, take this scenario, for instance. You know when you really get in there with your shovel, eh, what? And when you spot it there in the wet dirt, a vile worm, I can't stand those. Yeah, he's probably not made for being outside, is he? Wimp. Whew, I beg your pardon. Why, just think about it. The horror, the repugnance. That wriggly menace pokes its skinny repellent head out of the dirt. It writhers about like the very incarnation of all that is odious in the world. Just thinking about it makes my feathers crawl.
Blathers, you're being so extra.
Oh, yes, who? Well, of course, I'm well aware of the fact that you must dig rather a bit deeper in order to find a fossil, but...
Oh, poor Blathers, just let me bring them to you, okay?
Okay, buddy, I do it in one foul swoop. I find them super easy. What's wrong? Well, the other night I went a touch overboard with my fossil hunting. It reminded me of the fact that field work is really a challenge, I won't. I'm rather not sure I'm up to it anymore, I must say.
I think we discovered that days ago.
Don't push it. I should be able to take it. I may shock you, but I'm still in my 20s. Well, that's besides the point.
Wasn't he just admiring my youth? How young am I in this game? I guess Phyllis was calling me a child earlier, like, you wouldn't understand this, you child. I don't know why I did a witch voice.
So am I like 12 in the game for him to be admiring my youth? Well, it's beside the point. Something rather uplifting occurred the other day. As per my usual schedule, I took a break during my lapse in my day in the museum. I grabbed my shovel, sallied forth, and began digging in odd-looking soiled patches. I dug like a veritable mole, whooped, until suddenly the tip of my shovel clanged. Ooh, what is it? Indeed, I had hit something that felt very, very hard. I was so invigorated at the thought of finding a fossil that I leapt for joy. But my vigor was soon dampened, as I began pushing the dirt aside. Is it another bug? Would there be a big hard bug? No. I found something that both looked just like a fossil and nothing like one. What was it? It was a round, plastic manufactured doodad. It appeared to be a ball. Okay. I turned it to and fro, and as I examined it, the plastic ball suddenly cracked open, my heart nearly burst asunder. After my shock abated, I noticed a pair of letters in the plastic cocoon. The thing I had pulled from the earth was a sort of time capsule. That's darling. That's darling. And, though my conscience fairly shrieked at me, I went ahead and read both letters with all speed and fervent pleasure.
Shame on you. I would do it too, though, Blathers. Like, who wouldn't?
That's awesome. Yes, well, I'm awash in shame, I assure you. Regardless, one letter said, nice, I want to own a shop so big that I can stock anything I want. Little Nookie wrote it. That's so cute. This was a great tie-in. I didn't think Blathers' stories ever tied into anyone else's, but that is super, super cute. The penmanship was squiggly and childlike, like worms on the paper. Ugh, wow. The other letter was neat though, still rather childlike somehow. It said, even if it's small, I want to own a pretty shop. Oh, that is so freaking cute. Oh, little saints. Yes, that was it then. 2 simple yet heartfelt letters, I wrote. I say my heart gooified. Mine does too. Such a warm, fuzzy glow welled up within me. That is so freaking cute. Smiling at the innocent beauty of youth, I put each letter back in the capsule. And then, with a private smile, I put it back in the ground. Quite uplifting, no? That's so freaking adorable! Oh my gosh. I love it. Their little dreams! And their dreams came true! What is with Nook and like disowning all his dreams when he achieved those dreams? Dude! Keep on dreaming. You made it. You made it, dude. Although he didn't make it until I came around, so I guess it's all thanks to me. Let's go ahead and get into this fine clip of the Able sisters. Oh, oopsie daisy, my bad. Can I help you? What's going on here, Mabel? Achoo! Mabel, did you sneeze right in my face, girl? Like, that was cringy before 2020, Mabel, but it's even cringier now. You're like, your nose is literally going through my face right now and you sneezed on me. Ay. Oh no, please say I'm not catching a cold. Please say that I didn't catch a cold from you, Mabel. Jeez. Woman, so inconsiderate. You could have apologized for sneezing in my face. It's been getting cooler lately, hasn't it? Yes, I'm sure of it, because every year around this time I think to myself, You know how Tom Nook wears nothing but that apron all year round? You do not have room to talk. You wear an apron all year round. What are you doing? What are you talking about, Sable? And Mabel, you're both wearing aprons 24/7 up in here. I just have to figure that the autumn air must give him serious chills. Girl, does it give you chills? You're literally wearing an apron. I think at this point, Nook isn't even wearing an apron. He has a full suit. Oh my gosh. All right, Mabel. Well, it's just... I lost my... Whoa! Mabel! You... Okay. I lost my dad when I was still very young, so I don't remember his face. You could have eased me into that. You could have eased me a little bit more. That was red hot coming right out of the gate, Mabel. I am not prepared to deal with that. I feel like if someone said this to me in real life, I would just pretend I didn't hear them. So I had that extra 30 seconds to process it and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, and things like that. But like, right out of the gate. Whew. And that's so sad. So I don't remember his face. Like, whew, that is a big thing. 3 days ago, it was just, hey, I feel like I'm a little sick. And today you come in with, my dad's dead and he died when I was so young I can't remember him at all. Like, I am sorry for Mabel. I am sorry for Mabel. I was just not ready for that weight to be thrust on me so quickly. But beyond that, I just do not get what the deal is with men in general. Whoa! What? That's a lot of switching gears. Okay, Mabel, you didn't need to bring up your dead dad. That made me uncomfortable. I guess we are pretty close. We've been talking a lot, but now you're switching to men. Like, you could have just been like, I just do not get what the deal is with men in general. Like, we could have started there and everything would be peachy. I think having a father does not help you understand men. Maybe brothers do, but I don't know. I don't think my father helped me navigate the world of men at all. Honestly, they're like a different species. Maybe. Okay, so here's the deal. You know that get-up that Tom Nook's always sporting? Well, what do you think is up with that whole deal? Oh, what do I think? Well, I went to his shop to deliver something and... Ooh, what happened? I saw old Nook stand in front of the mirror with that outfit on, posing. Oh, that's really cute to imagine him, like doing the, the confident emotion, I guess. I can see Tom Nook totally doing that. Checking out his tail in the mirror and being like, oh, yeah. Getting himself pumped. Honestly, I don't get it. Are all men like that? I don't see the problem with him posing. Like, he can show himself off to himself if he wants to, okay? Even though I think this is the best time of year weather-wise, you shouldn't let your guard down and start wearing clothes that are too cold. Girl, you're wearing only an apron once again. Why are you trying to give me advice when you're over here with an apron? Darn skimpy. She is skimpy. Well, not everyone agrees. There was this incident before you arrived here. It was about this time of year and Tom Nook caught a bad cold. He was laid up. Well, because his normal body temperature is high, he didn't usually wear much, or so he says. So I suggested he wear more when it's cold. His response to this was, until I have enough money to make my shop bigger, I must endure. Oh, poor Tom Nookie. Struggling through life like that. I knew right then that there was no change in his mind, that's for sure. Oh, whoops, I'm so sorry. What brings you? I'm here to hear your emotional problems again, Mabel. Well, I was just thinking about something. About those clothes that Tom Nook always wears. Okay, Mabel, I'm gonna tell you now. It's getting a little creepy talking about so much other people's clothes. I guess you do work at a tailor shop and own it, so I understand where you're coming from, but like, get over it, okay? What's up? Well, do you think he wears the same clothes every day or what? And if so, how come they never get dirty? You know, you just have your one closet full of all the same clothes. When you're a busy businessman, you do not have time to be picking out your outfits every day. You know, you pick one thing for life, and that's what you go with. Don't men usually have a problem with the ring around the collar or something? Wait, what the heck? They were just talking about aprons the other day, and now he has a ring around the collar? I guess, no, there's no collar on an apron, so now he's suited in their world. Oh, maybe he has a bunch of them, and he changes them every day. Yeah, that's probably what he does. Especially if she's talking about his white shirt underneath. Like, he probably doesn't have a ton of other suits, but like,
When you're wearing a business suit, you change out your white shirt every couple days, right? Or every day. So she's a tailor, she should know that. You know, open his closet and pow! Just a bunch of those clothes in there. Gee! I bet that's it. That'd be so nookish. I honestly think that would be normal to have several of the same white shirt. Maybe not several of the same suit. That would be strange. But say, Tom Nook, was he wearing that shirt again today? I don't even know what outfits they're talking about at this point. Apron, now their shirts. Well, that certainly figures. Between me and you, his clothes. Oh, I made them just as Tom Nook ordered and finished them right here in my shop. That's so cute. Little saves. But please don't tell Mabel this part. I made them when our shop was closed and gave them to him as a gift. Yes, well, actually, up until a while ago, Nook's shop, right next door, let's just say it wasn't doing as well as its dedicated owner had hoped. In order to keep the shop open, he began cutting back on expenses like clothes. Interestingly enough, right around the time you moved here, Shroomy, bringing me into it, business really started picking up for him. Apparently the animals don't buy much furniture. I wonder how they get their furniture, because it's all like gifts from you. Like, is it all like inherited from the family members or something? But yes, I run the entire economy in this city. Those clothes are my way of saying congratulations. Because I think the animals will change their own clothes. Do they get different clothes if you don't give them to them? They might not look like anything special, but I sewed down into the lining so it retains heat better than anything I made. Oh, that's so cute. Even on the coldest winter days. Nook should stay nice and warm. That's really sweet of her. Oh, hey, I'm sorry. What can I do for you? What happened? Oh, that Tom Nook just makes me furious sometimes. Stop obsessing, Mabel. Move on. This one morning, I was tidying up the front of my shop before opening, right? Anyway, old Nook happened to come by. So when I saw him, I gave him a good morning, you know, being neighborly and all. From Nook, nothing zilch. He didn't even look at me, just walked into the shop. It's a little rude. Don't you think neighbors should, you know, act neighborly? Oh, that Tom Nook. Tell me more, tell me more. Oh, well, it's just the other day, right before closing, I was outside, and I happened to run into Tom Nook. At first, I didn't know whether to say hi or how to say hi. So she's not even very good at being neighborly, so what's Mabel complaining about? Still, I finally gathered my courage and asked how his clothes felt. Tom Nook responded, why, same as always. Tom Nook! That's so boring. She made them for you. Same as always, so bland. Best clothes ever from, oh, never mind. Tom Nook, you redeemed yourself. Oh, best clothes ever. That's cute. Yes, he muttered those words, barely audible, and disappeared into his shop. Aww. Just imagine him like, better than ever. Best clothes ever. Aw, cute, 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 cute. Really? Yes, now that I think about it, he's always been like that. I've known since he was little, so trust me, I know what I'm talking about. When he's truly happy, Tom Nook doesn't show anyone he's feeling. He guards his feelings like a miser guards gold, rarely letting anyone see them. But those words made me happy. They made me so very happy. Oh, that's so cute. Tom Nook loves the clothes that I made him, and he wears them all the time. That's so cute. I like the end of that story. All right, on to a Tom Nook story. The question is, will he talk about what the Able sisters just talked about? He's talked about it before. I don't know how much more he can expand upon it, but it would be interesting. Oh, I'm afraid I must beg your pardon. What can I help you with? Tell me more. Yes, Shroomy, I'd like to ask you a slightly strange question. What do you think about the way I dress? That is a little bit strange. Do you think I command the respect that the owner of a shop ought to? Maybe. Are you trying to confuse me? Does it please you to taunt me? I'm most certainly not trying to imitate those young hipsters, you know. Yes, I see how it is. Your eyes betray your thoughts, Shroomy. These clothes just don't suit me. Sable made it for you. Don't doubt it, Tom Nook. They're great. That's so funny. He's so conscientious of his appearance. Oh my, excuse me. 1,000 apologies. What do you need? You look down. Remember the other day, Shroomy? When you said my clothes were ugly? I never said that. You're reading into this too much, Tom Nook. I was reminded of it when Mabel said the exact same thing to me. Aw, thought so? Whoa! That Mabel, such an insolence. Tom Nook, you should really try to dress more hip. I bet my sister would totally tailor a suit for you for free. She already totally did. She was holding forth on subjects she clearly knows nothing about, Yes, her conduct just goes to show that Mabel is still a child. At her age, she shouldn't be expected to understand a man's aesthetics, yes? It is true, just days before, she said, I don't understand man. It's no slight against the girl, I assure you, it's just the way of things, Oh my, terribly sorry. What business can I help you with? You seem down. Well, a customer told me today that my clothes are too old-fashioned, She looked me square in the face when she said it as well. Unbelievable. It was a bit of a shock, actually. Who could it be? Did Gracie come visit? Or is it like just a random villager? Like they aren't talking about anyone specific. Was she mean? Yes, she wasn't that. Way back when I lived in the city, I was known as the famous off-the-hook Nook. Does that mean... Oh. I was thinking of off the rack, so I was like, doesn't that mean a bad thing? But off the hook was like, you're so cool, you're off the hook, that kind of off the hook. Why? Oh, some sort of slang, The point is, looks are part of business, Shroomy. A businessman should never stand out more than his customers, yes? Oh. His mannerisms, his clothes, everything about him, moderation is key, Besides, looking a bit outdated also puts older customers' minds at ease. Looks like Nook is looking for an excuse. That is so funny that he's giving all these explanations of why he dresses outdated. I've never questioned how he's garbed at all. Oh gracious me, I'm so terribly sorry, yes. Can I help you? What's going on? Well, I've been seriously considering a new business prospect lately. Oh really? He did say to diversify earlier. But the one who would be my partner is reluctant to agree, unfortunately. If it goes well here, I know it will be a hit in the big city too, yes? I wonder who he's talking about. What is it? Yes, that's what I want to know. Yes, it's novel. It's a select shop that carries clothes and sundries. Must be talking to Mabel then. The shop would have a very distinct flavor and a stock of only items I like. Dude, we just talked about how you're outdated. I've been exchanging letters with a friend who I knew when I lived in the city. She's been sending me all kinds of incredibly valuable information. Yes, she said that shops of this sort are booming, even in the big city. But while I'd be able to supply the sundries, I still need the clothes. Oh well, I guess I'll go have to talk to the sisters again tomorrow, This is a very strange turn of events stories. I wasn't expecting this. Like, part of me feels like he's referring to funding Grace's, but those items are all her own, so... I don't know, very strange that they have this whole city theming to a lot of the stories when there was no city. This is definitely better in City Folk, but there is not all these storylines in City Folk. It's very interesting. You know, because then you have an actual place to peg the city too. But maybe it wouldn't make sense because there's no university, which Brewster talks about. I don't know. Part of me wonders if they were rushed with the city and they wanted to do more with it, but they couldn't figure things out. Oh, you must forgive me. Whatever can I do for you, How are you? Yes, of course. Are you talking about the select shop of mine? Well, I've given up on that. I've given up on that wholeheartedly, yes. Why? I talked to Sable from the tailor shop and she convinced me. Tom Nook, are you sure the shop will catch on, she said. And with those words, I snapped out of it. Yes, I'm sure it seemed a little wild-eyed and reckless lately. That's really weird. I wonder if she just questioned it because she's afraid he'll go back to the city and be hurt again. But I don't know, he has the money. That's weird that she, shut it down on him. Let him be a dreamer, Sable. I was very fortunate to have level-headed Sable there to set me straight. What do I know about clothes? And the big city? Yeah, clearly you already failed there. Sable works hard every day with her eyes on one simple goal. Commendable, They need to rekindle their friendship. He totally looks up to her still. I'm glad you agree, I've got to keep my eyes on the prize, too. Yesterday I took those letters from the city and I tore them all to shreds. I truly have to say. Sable is always the voice of reason, there to snap me back into reality. We've been friends for a long time, but her wisdom occasionally frustrates me. He's always right. I don't know. That story was interesting, but I feel like it didn't really go anywhere. Except maybe their friendship is starting to bloom again. Hopefully. Alright, it's Pelly and Phyllis time. I want to be excited, but after last time, I am genuinely scared. Hopefully that's like the most creepy one. Oh dear. What's up? Phyllis has been really on edge lately. She's always chewing gum to keep from grinding her teeth. I asked her what's wrong, but she won't tell me. I wonder what in the world is bothering her. I'm really worried. Pete's probably the one bothering her. Snap, snap, crack! What the heck? I'm sorry, how rude of me to be chewing gum at work, but I'll do what I want. It's totally Phyllis. I've been so stressed out lately. Yeah, when you have a stalker, it might maybe cause some stress. Chewing gum is the only way I can deal with it. Snap. Ugh, that stupid boy. Yeah, it's still him. Ain't a problem. Oh no. What's going on? My sister's been chewing a lot of gum lately. Even long after the flavor is gone, she still keeps chewing it. Bad sign? If that was all, I wouldn't be so worried, but on top of that, she doesn't spit out her gum when she's done. She just swallows it every time. Oh my gosh, that's such a funny concern for her little sister. I hate to be so indelicate, but at this rate, she's gonna be blocked for the next 7 years. Aw, Pelly. Snap, snap, crack. What? Oh, it's my gum, isn't it? I'll spit it out right away, patooey. Ugh, what a waste. Oh, she spit it out. She didn't swallow it. What's wrong? What? What do you want? Don't come in here acting like you're all superior. You just don't understand. We adults have our problems and concerns. It's silly for me to think that you would understand. You're just a child. You literally just dumped all the tea on me earlier, and now you're looking at me like, oh, you're just a child. Girl. Although I wasn't ready for the tea you dumped. So maybe you're right. I'm just a child. Please don't tell me. Oh no. What's going on? My sister's been so stressed out that she chews gum all the time, so I got her a present to make her feel better. What was it? Sugarless peppermint gum. She's been chewing too much gum, so I gave her more gum to make her feel better. Maybe she needs like a massage gun or something. This way, no matter how much gum she chews, she won't gain weight, and more importantly, her teeth won't fall out of her head. The gain weight thing is so funny. How much gum would you have to chew to gain weight? Like, is that really even possible? That's so funny. Yeah, but maybe the teeth thing might be true. Chew, pop, chew, snap, chomp. What flavor? Peppermint, duh. What? Oh, it's coffee flavored gum. Coffee flavored gum. Oh, that's gross. That's right. And it's sugarless. Kids hate it. Here, you want a piece or something? Oh yeah, I forgot. You're a kid and won't like it. Pete! Don't get with Phyllis, she's the worst. But Pete, also don't get with Pelly because you're the worst. Alright. Oh, kids. Oh, ouch. Oh, dear. What's wrong? I love it when the second option is gonna shrink. Because honestly, all three of them probably need it. Well, the other day, I got in a fight with Phyllis because she badmouthed poor Pete. I didn't think it was fair for her to call someone who was kind and honest simply stupid without a reason, so I told her off. Oh, there's reasons, honey, and Phyllis should be telling you those reasons, so I'm kind of mad at Phyllis that she's not telling you because Pete is crazy. Ugh, this is so annoying. Now what? Well, my sister Pelly is absolutely gaga over this stupid boy. Does she ever name Pete? I guess she did when she said I went and called him out for being a stalker. But normally she just doesn't even say his name. She's like, he shall not be named. I shall call him boy. I've been trying to get her to change her mind, but she just won't listen. Okay, if you just tell her that he's a creepy stalker, maybe that would help. The way it's going now, I might just end up looking like the bad guy. Honey, you have no problem looking like the bad guy. Although strangely it sounds like Pelly looks up to her in a lot of ways. A more mature, older sister, which is interesting. But it's not me, it's that stupid little boy. Why, I oughta. Yeah, you should peck out his eyes. She did it again! Tell me! Well, the other day Phyllis and I got in a huge fight. It was the same thing we always fighted about. She badmouthed Pete again. I just couldn't keep it in any longer. What happened? I shouted at her, Phyllis, I know you're lonely because you don't have a love life. Oh, Pelly, poor Pelly. You don't know half of it. Also, like the first conversation we had with Phyllis, she made it sound like a lot of boys were chasing her and she was turning them all away. I don't know. But that doesn't mean you should butt into mine. Ooh. Pelly, you think you have a love life? I'm sorry to tell you, but you do not have a love life, Pel. Nope. I didn't know I had it in me. I'm a little bit proud of her for speaking up for herself, though. Then Phyllis looked so depressed and I felt really bad. Aw, I'm the worst sister in the world. I have to make things okay between us again. Obviously, you're not the worst sister because you put up with Phyllis. Sniff, snort. You crying? Oh, she's crying? No, I'm not crying. I've got allergies, that all. You're not helping them. What? My mascara's running, you say? Oh, just leave me alone. Shoo already. Oh, Phyllis has a heart. Who would have guessed it? Don't you know it's rude to stare at people like that? Now I feel bad for Phyllis. Sigh. What's going on? The other day I made Phyllis so mad at me, I wanted to make it up to her, so I baked her a cake. That's actually pretty nice. I did it because she loves cake. I know we're both really upset. We both said some harsh things, but in the end she said, now everything is back to the way it should be. Like water under the bridge. She's so mature. She can face any kind of stress and take it cool as a cucumber. I could learn a lot from her. And if I do that, maybe people notice me. I was like on board with Pelly. I was like, yeah, be more mature, be blah, blah, blah. And then she brought up Pete. Will she ever learn? Probably not. Why, Pelly? You make me want to bang my head on a hard surface really hard. Sigh. What happened? Don't you think the whole romance thing is so complicated? You won't get it, you're still just a kid. I really liked where that was going, and then she cut me off, because apparently I'm a kid. I understand. Well, if you're such an expert, what would you do in this situation? A stupid guy's after me, and I've had about as much as I can handle. And my little sister is in love with the same dumb guy. Doesn't thinking about that triangle make your head spin? I feel dizzy. I mean, it sounds like she's being very forward with Pete, so she's being good in that respect. She needs to be honest with Pelly, is what I think. She should go to Pelly and tell her about what's been happening with her and Pete. It will break Pelly, but she's gonna have to be broken eventually, I think. Maybe one day Pete would come around. Maybe. But if he doesn't, she's just gonna suffer forever until she moves on. So you need to help her move on. Anyway. There's no way in the world that I could tell Pelly. Oh, okay. There was my suggestion to tell Pelly, and she says she would not. I honestly have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Darn it all, you just have to tell Pelly! Like, that's all you can do! Or kill Pete. What? Yeah, just stab him. He got lost delivering the mail one day. Yeah. Kill Pete or tell Pelly, those are your only choices. Or get Pete arrested, because I think he's done enough to do that. I wish he would just fly far away, his mind stinks though. Insulting him every second she can get. Well, you can pretend he flew far away by killing him. Alright, here we are. Our very last story will be a Blathers one. I'm kind of sad we're not ending on a high note. And also, like, none of the problems that have been brought up were resolved. So it would be nice to see resolutions, but that can't happen because the game will go on and everyone will have the same personality traits. So the stories can't change who they are, technically. But, yeah. It's coming to an end. I felt a lot of feelings. I felt a lot of feelings. Anyway. Let's go ahead and wrap things up here. Here's Blathers. Bah. What's wrong? Between you and me, I quite detest them. All of them. The bugs, I mean. Well, who indeed. Easier said than done, of course. Fear is rather robust. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses, won't? But I do suppose you have a point, after all. I'm making excuses. After all, I am the curator of the Eklund Museum, a noble office. Such dread is irrational. It's unprofessional. Who fears bugs, really? Well, to begin, I shall talk to my sister Celeste about this matter. Oddly enough, she is rather comfortable touching them. Bugs, I mean. I've seen her gazing at butterflies before, completely relaxed. They're cute. They are most assuredly not cute. Have you gone quite mad? Be truthful. Have you ever looked really closely at a butterfly's belly? It appears quite squishy. It looks like it's waiting to spew something on you. I do know quite a few people who are afraid of butterflies. I will say their flight patterns are so erratic that they could creep me out maybe because of that, but he's like trying to improve himself, but I know it can't change the story of who he is, so I know he won't overcome his fears, which is quite sad. You recall that I declared I'd work on conquering my fear of bugs, Wook? Yes, well, I've been doing my own special training. Training? The means to which I have resorted are quite extreme, really. Oh, yes, indeed. Just thinking about it makes my belly burgle. But I lay my giant dictionary of insects before me, fighting my gag reflex. Slowly run my talon over each of the foul images. The thought alone of those furtive carcasses makes my gorge rise. The other day I opened the book to a close-up of a grain caterpillar's face. I believe I may have pocket-wrenched a bit. Bugs so very vile. He's the most emotional when talking about bugs, for sure. Oh, what's wrong? Yes, who about the training I'm doing to get over my fear of insects? Sadly, it's not working. Yesterday I reclined on the floor with my bug book. The next thing I knew, my sister was waking me up. Guess who? I'd fainted. Pitiful. To try so hard and still fail to overcome my fear. Rather humiliating, really. It reminds me of the night a few summers ago. It was a moth, I believe, but a leviathan one the size of your head. This netherworld beast stormed into the museum in the dead of night. Flitting sounds of its monstrous wings, ugh, the very thought sickens me. I'm none too proud of it, but I fled to Brewster's and sipped coffee. That's so cute. Fleeing to Brewster for sanctuary. Yes, indeed, I sipped coffee until I was sure that flittering brute was gone. I stayed until morning. Rather an eye-opening experience, I awoke. Brewster's just like, I guess I'm here all night anyway. Oh, what's wrong? It's been some time since I began trying to conquer my fear of insects. Indeed, too long, I must say. The lack of results has left me rather blue. No trifling matter this, I'll have you know I have an important goal in mind. I'd very much like to take Celeste camping in the summertime, you see. Youths her age still tend to enjoy such activities, do they not? Yes, well, in any case, I believe a night of camping is just the thing. I should think she'd rather enjoy that, wouldn't you say so? That's really cute of her thinking of his sister like that, but yeah, camping has bugs, Blathers, so definitely. To be forthright, I owe her an enjoyable time. I've been a substandard brother. We go to the beach, I see a sea louse, and soon I'm covered in nerve hives. We go hiking, I glimpse a common butterfly and need a week of therapy. A week of therapy. Dang, Blathers. Maybe you shouldn't do this for her. Maybe you should do this for yourself, because this sounds like a very big problem. A very, very, very big problem. When I think of the scenes I've made, I'm simply horrified for Celeste. How does he even accept bugs from us if he's so horrified? I guess they're in the cage, but like eventually he's gonna open that cage. Oh, what's wrong? Oh yes, well, I don't know quite how to put this, but my bug fear training, well, I'm calling it quits on the entire regime. I knew this would happen, but it's also very sad. Like, Blathers, for yourself, for your family, you need to get over it. Why? I shall tell you. Last night, I was gingerly perusing my bug dictionary. I imagine this will come as no surprise, but some vile image caused me to swoon. When I came to, there was Celeste caring for me. She said this to me. Big brother, I have had quite enough. This madness must end this minute. Aww. Why, everyone has certain fears, certain things that one cannot abide. You detest bugs, brother, and that's what makes you you. Got it? Part of me hates this advice. Because, like, the level he's afraid of bugs, I can't think of anything that I'm that afraid of. Like, I guess someone trying to kill me, but that's irrational. He needs some work. He definitely needs to lessen the fear levels, but obviously they can't change who he is, so I have to keep it this way. I dare say they were the nicest words I'd ever heard. Who indeed, hooty-hoo. How nice. It saddens me that I lack enough leisure time to dedicate to her, but even without brotherly guidance, Celeste has grown into a fine young lady. The pride I feel for my little sister, while it can't be quantified, won't. You could scour the essays and dissertations of the world's academics, and I'm quite certain you'd fail to find evidence of.
And there we are, the end of our 4-part series. We laughed, we cried, we had a good time. I really do hope you enjoyed. And I'll link the older ones here if you want to revisit or if you haven't seen them at all yet. And if you weren't a huge fan of the reacting parts and you really just want to view the footage without everything else, I'll go ahead and link my other channel right there. All the episodes are uploaded there for you to view. As always, I hope you have the loveliest of lovely day, and I will see you next week with another speed build.